Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Disabled Chick Diaries. We're your hosts, Rachel,
And Shelby.
and today we're going to be talking about disability and stress and relationships and marriage and pregnancy and all that good stuff. This episode we're going to have on a special guest. You probably heard her. So, I would like to introduce you my friend, Alyssa Higgins, aka Real Life in the Real World. So, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. We're very excited to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
So first of all, Alyssa, we would like you to introduce yourself and just generally tell us what your platform is on Instagram and talk about that a little bit.
Okay, so, oh God, what do I say? All right. I'm Alyssa, because when I say I'm Alyssa, it sounds Melissa. Anyway, Alyssa, I have a spinal cord injury from birth because the doctor used forceps, so it's a C1, C2 incomplete, which is the very top. I gained my movement back and whatever, all that stuff when I was little. But now I don't want to say this. I don't like saying influencer, but I have an Instagram page where I just basically talk about my life, my daily life, living with a disability, having a husband, now pregnant, almost 2 months till the baby comes.
Wow.
Last, I think last. I don't even know. I gotta keep track. But I'm so excited, but it's getting a little bit harder now, just to I don't know, lift my booty up and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, just because you get a lot bigger now. And yeah, so I'm excited. And that's my story, basically.
That's awesome. I definitely want to talk about your pregnancy because I know you probably get a lot of flack for being a pregnant disabled woman.
Yeah,
Just choosing to have a child.
it's a lot. It's a lot that I get. But I think it's more they're concerned than anything. But the way people say things or question things doesn't come off the way it should. It comes off a little bit like, well, how are you going to do this? And how is your husband going to do that? And this and that. And I'm like, you could have worded it a little bit better, maybe, and not sound so like rude about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I try my best not to be so mean. But I just try to. I'm always sarcastic. I've always been sarcastic about my disability, so I respond with sarcasm, and people just don't get it. And
Yeah.
like New Yorkers, we're like that sass and everything, so it's like
Yeah.
people don't understand how New Yorkers work or like the sarcasm work, and they just want straight answers. We're like, well, you can educate. I'm like, go Google stuff too,
Oh, yes.
Like, I mean, it's not that hard to be. Any mother is going to be like, I don't know what I'm doing, kind of thing. So I think I get why people are concerned and how they are concerned, but at the same time, it's just like, all right, kind of chill out a bit.
Yes.
But other than that, trying to be a nice person.
I feel like a lot of people have good intentions, but they just come off totally ignorant and
No, I get it, and it's just like I don't know, maybe, and then it's me too sometimes because the way I read it, I'm like, well, I read that kind of wrong, and I should have read it this way, and then so it's like
but yeah,
both
but
ways.
but at the same time, it would be asking any other person those questions.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree, and then it's also just like questioning as a mother as well. Like, I don't know if you would ask anyone, like, well, how any mother, whatever. Like, you're basically questioning a mother that you shouldn't really be questioning. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just how I see
I'm wondering if you have like any negative experiences with walking.
it. No, I mean, honestly, it's hard to even say that I have a doctor because it's where I go. I go to New York Presbyterian in the city, so it's like they don't know who's going to be on call that day, this, that. So every time I go to the doctor, my appointments, they are different every time. But they never really said anything negative. They just are concerned with like, just anything really. I go to a high risk, it's obviously high risk, women's health. So I just want to keep an eye out for me and everything. And they just, I don't know, they just get worried sometimes. They thought at first that it was genetic, like my disability, and we have to like, are the bones gonna like, like whatever it was. And I'm like, no, honestly, it's not genetic. Like for me, my disability was because of the forceps from my delivery. And so they were like, oh, okay, and whatever. And then another concern was just, I guess, just the C-section having to heal. And if I was doing a natural birth, they said, absolutely not. And just now that I have just gestational diabetes, they just want to keep track of that too. But that any woman can have the gestational diabetes. But the high risk is just what being the blood clots. That was one thing too, because I do blood thinners now, and they just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to have those problems. But it wasn't as much as I thought it would be. I think my own mom even was just like more concerned than anything, and just like she makes things worse than it should be sometimes. But I think that's how any mother is.
It's a mom. It's a mom.
Yeah, she was just asking like these questions, and I'm like, yeah, Janet, I asked her. I asked them, or like, and then she was on the first appointment, like on FaceTime, and she's like, well, this. I'm like, yes, I told her. And then so she's like, well, I don't even need to come anymore then. And I'm like, yeah, you don't. Go. But yeah, she just, now I think she just, the other day she called me and she kind of wants to be in the delivery room with Jimmy. Obviously Jimmy won't be there, but I don't know with COVID and everything how that's gonna work. I asked them, but they didn't really give me a straight answer. So I'm like, okay, we'll see how it goes. But that's so. But yeah,
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Because I know a lot of disabled women have difficulty with their doctors. And a lot of doctors actually don't wasn't able to take care of
yeah, like a lot of doctors are like concerned. Like you mean like they are more negative, like
Mhm.
kind of thing. Yeah. No, I am. I mean, they're probably just nervous too. And what it is really, I guess the way they are, not me, not my doctors, whatever it is, but like anything, they just want to cover their, you know what, just to make sure, they're not gonna get sued or whatever it would be. So they cover more of their part than anything.
Yeah.
So that's really why I guess they're more concerned about people with disabilities and being pregnant. But they, like I said, my mother made it worse. They make it worse too sometimes.
Yeah. So how did you meet? Are you guys married?
Yeah,
Okay, how did you guys meet?
we met on a dating site. We went on Plenty of Fish in 2013. It was a while. I was on there, and then I don't know how he just popped up. but I don't even know. We don't even know anymore. Like, I'm like, who viewed who first? But we started talking, and he was really nice and everything. And then I just liked how he was genuine. Like all the guys on there, they were any guy really,
Yeah.
no matter who it was, disabled or not. It was just sex kind of thing. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And then he was the only one that was talking, no, like just about anything, like how are you, this, that, whatever. And then we exchanged numbers, but I myself actually faked my number. I used one of those apps just because I wanted to like make sure I wasn't talking to like this creep or anything. And I did that with any of the guys that I was talking to. And so you have iPhone to iPhone, you obviously have the green, and I mean, no, the blue. And then with an iPhone to whatever, you have the green, and you noticed the green and everything. And then when we went on our first date, he's like, wait, you have an iPhone. Why your text green? I'm like, I don't know. Something's wrong with my iPhone. And I played stupid on the first date. And then a little while after, like a couple of days, and I was like, I lied. That's not my number. Here's my real number. And he's like, that's actually smart. I was like, I know. Yeah, but that's our story.
So, basically, how have you guys navigated ableism being a interability relationship? Like, how do you guys navigate ableist comments towards you guys?
Like I said, I just am sarcastic, so we be sarcastic back, and he's very sarcastic too.
Good.
So we just sarcasm basically, and it's just we don't even get bothered by the comments. I just like to share the comments just because I want to bring awareness and show everyone that like this is what people get who are disabled. Like,
Yeah.
but I just like I'm like, haha, you're stupid anyway. Like, go comment, do whatever you want, and then I'm not gonna like go. I know people they get upset about it and whatever, but I'm just like, you're sitting behind a keyboard and just commenting new nasty stuff and whatever, and I'm like, you have nothing better to do with your life then, obviously. So that's how we see it. And it's like the other day something happened where I saw a comment and they're like, it was on one of my posts about being a mother or whatever it was, and they go, well, we have a lot to say about this. And I go, okay, well, what is it? I don't know. Never mind. Leave me alone. I'm like, bye. That's all I'm like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, that's very hard if you don't have anything to say.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like most of these profiles too. They're just like no pictures. It's just someone that's just it's just stupid stuff. So I'm like, what? And sometimes I don't know. It's just like I don't take offense really. It's just like whatever. You're dumb.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. It's like whatever. I don't really care what you think, what you say. You have no picture. You have no nothing. So it's like go on with your little life. Do whatever you
Yeah.
want.
And it's completely negative comments or people who are miserable in their own life.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
And they hate to see other people happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is too. It's jealousy, and they just don't know what to do with
Yeah.
themselves, basically.
Exactly.
And it's also like you don't have to follow everyone you're working with.
And
It's not
exactly,
like that. If you don't like what you see, you can't follow. Okay.
it's true. Don't follow me if you're not going to be a nice person. I mean,
Yeah.
it's there's no point. And then when you nasty back and start sticking, not even nasty, but like if you start sticking up for yourself, that's when they get angry. It's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
really?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I actually have a question about dating while disabled, because you said you were on dating sites before you got married. Like, how was that navigating the dating world while disabled? Like, do you tell them up front? Do you, like, what do you do?
I kind of hid it in my pictures a little bit, but I still had somewhere I thought I had my wheelchair showing. I think my husband Jimmy, he's just dumb sometimes. So I'm like, I thought I had a picture on there where I had showing the wheelchair. He's like, no, and I'm like, okay, I don't even remember. This was so long ago, but I'm like, I probably did, but um. I guess I kind of hid it more than anything because my main profile I know was just me. Like this was off, and I kind of took it off like this, my two, so you
Yeah.
really didn't see it, and you would just see this and whatever. But some people, guys, caught on. I guess, like I said, my husband just out. He's just in the world. So, yeah, I just hid it, and but it's so hard to even remember. This was like 8 years ago, almost. It was hard because people just like would, if they did see it, they would question. And well, can you sex? What, blah, 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 this, that. I just want to be friends. But I'm like, whatever. But there was this one guy that I actually did talk to, and he was really nice. He wasn't from my area though, but I don't even remember where he was from. Um, but he was really nice. He was like this Italian. He was like a Guido kind of, and just like talked about whatever too. And he was nice. And then all of a sudden, when we got engaged, he found us somehow on Instagram or found me, and he goes, "Do you remember me?" I'm like, "Absolutely not, no." And then he's like, so it's like I actually met a friend out of it who is a guy, and he still follows me. He comments on everything, and he's a huge Mets fan. My husband's a huge diehard Mets fan. So I mean, now he wants to like meet us. He has a little girl now too, a little baby. So it's like some guys were like a hit and miss. Like you guys, like it could be you could turn out as friends, and then now it's like, and then other guys are just like, well, I just want friends with benefits kind of thing. Well, okay. And it's just like anything. It could be for anyone, obviously.
Yeah.
But for me, it was just more of the creepy sex questions and whatever. Disabled, not disabled, whatever. You're gonna get it.
Yeah.
But I really didn't have that many questions because I was disabled, I guess. And if they did ask a stupid question, I'll be like, I would block them.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it was just like older men too, like, ew, no, no, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I can take it off. And I have
No
no.
luck. Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, that was like me too, though. I was getting nothing out of it. And then and like when I was on it, I was seeing this other guy for a long time. It was really bad. He just wanted to play head games. He was like 4 years older than me and whatnot. And it was just all about the head games and whatever. It was back and forth. Oh, I want to talk to you. And then a few months in, no, I don't. And then I would go on for a few months, and then he'll come back, and then I'll disappear. And I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore.
No.
And then he was one of them, which we really had a good friendship, and I think he just wanted the relationship, and it was the disabled part. I'm like, oh, give me a break.
Yeah.
And then because he was deaf too, so I'm like, you're deaf and you're saying that. So
Yeah.
Yes, this is how containerize.
is yeah, and then I was like, he didn't even he probably still doesn't even know what he wants to do with his life. He's just whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so when I was on there, I would see him on these sites. And then because he would tell me also, well, I'm not looking for a girlfriend, but you're on these sites all the time. So you're not looking for anything. Okay. It's just like, this guy was just an idiot. But, and I was the one that was naive and just, so it was, for me, dating was Okay, it was not. It was fun, but not fun.
Yeah.
And then also just outside of dating sites, I would go out to bars. I turned 21, 22, or whatever it was, and I would just got random guys would like they were so cool, like they were like, oh, let me get you a beer, let me get you this, that, whatever, and then like I would have even hookups at bars. It was like really fun and everything, but um, I mean, now I'm married, obviously, but
Yeah.
it turned out for the better, I guess.
Absolutely.
Honestly, your relationship is hard. Yes,
Oh, listen. Let me be honest though, it's not easy. Any marriage, any relationship, it's not easy. You're gonna have some up and downs, you're gonna have arguments. It's like I don't even make it to make it seem perfect on Instagram, and I like try not to be like, oh my god, he's the greatest, because he's not. I want to kill him half of the time, you know. So it's definitely hard, disabled, not disabled.
I'm sure you guys have very difficult moments when you fight. Whenever I think of like what I want in a relationship, I always think of like you and Jimmy.
Well, that's really nice. No, like I try to put our relationship out there and make it seem like it's good. I mean, obviously I'll post when it's bad too, you know, but it's like
Yes, yes,
I just
yes,
try to show everyone that no matter what, you could find this someone you want, like a person, if, no
and,
matter what.
I think that's really important for disabled people to know. Because I know a lot of disabled people, they get stuck in their relationships and they don't know what they think that
Exactly,
there's never gonna be anyone else.
exactly.
And
It's true though, because I never thought I would be in this position where I am right now, pregnant, married, whatever. Um, and and obviously here I am, but I want to show everyone that anyone could be where I am and do what I do, no matter what. I think so, and it's just I really, really love just the fact that I could, how do I explain that? That I could help the younger children and like even their mothers, because I actually got a message today on Instagram. I sent it to Jimmy. It was something about her son is only 5. I don't even remember how old he is. But she goes, "This, you give me so much hope. Like, us being parents, like we have none of that support. Like, where they see like my son could turn into an, somewhat normal. Like, I don't even like to say normal. Like, somewhat normal uh kid that will have a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever." And they was just so happy that I put myself out there just because of that. Like, and I didn't, and my parents had no idea what they were doing when back then, and they were like, especially in the 90s, there was no social media
Yeah.
and anything like that, so they were like on their own, no support. Well, obviously, friends, family, whatever they had,
Yeah,
but
but
you don't have what you have now with social media, you know.
yeah, my parents didn't have that either when I was growing up. They didn't have any community whatsoever with disabled, like parents of disabled kids, or even just anyone who's disabled. Because I live in a really small town, like 2,000 people,
Wow.
and I'm like the only disabled kid that was in my school for a long time. So we
Yeah.
didn't have any support like that. So I totally get what you're coming from with that.
Yeah, and especially like my school. Well, I kind of live in a big county, but I was the only one that was no, that's a lie. There were a few. I went to a public school, so the public school didn't have that many people in wheelchairs, but there was before me, like a person before me who was in a wheelchair, and then one that was like a couple of years older than me. He passed away, unfortunately, and then there was a program for people with like Down syndrome, this, that. I don't even remember what it was. But so we had a lot of disabled people in there, but like the regular curriculum and stuff like that, it was just me basically.
Yes.
So yeah, so I get where you're coming from. And it's like they didn't know I had an IEP, this, that. I had physical therapy there, OT, speech when I was younger. Yeah, so I mean, we didn't have my mom and like I said, my mom and dad didn't have that. They didn't know what they knew what they were doing. My mom's a tough cookie, like she's like
Yeah.
that, but yeah, so it was just like kind of winging it, like anyone else, really.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That, like, I don't know. It's definitely. I watched my mom growing up, just seeing how hard it was for her to deal with having a disabled child. Like when I was really little, I had a feeding tube, and people would stare at us in restaurants. I'm sure Rachel gets that experience now, but people would stare at us in restaurants, and she'd have to get up and yell at people and be
Yeah,
like, "Stop fucking staring at my kid."
exactly. Yeah, there was one time too where we were in Disney, and somehow the old ventilators, they didn't have backups, and it died. So like we were running through the park to get to the whatever they're called, the monorails, whatever. I don't even know. And medical emergency kind of thing. So like everyone was like staring like, what the hell's going on? And yeah, so it's like kind of like that, like
Yeah,
this years, whatever. And like I was just glad in school I never really got bullied though or anything like that. They were more supportive than anything, and I had friends that and whatever, like even some of the guys, they were turned out to be like good friends of mine. I mean, obviously now you all are adults, you're doing whatever, but it was just so cool to know that I had people that were nice, not like the bullies.
absolutely. When I was a kid, I had all my friends were 2 years older than me, so I didn't really have a lot of friends in my grade. But I got bullied a little bit for being
Mhm.
slow. They would call me slow. This one kid would, like, when we were playing on recess, he would run around and chase me and call me slow. It was
Yeah,
ridiculous, but yeah, I have my friends are all older than me, so I didn't really grow up with a lot of friends in my grade, but I'm so grateful for them. That we're still friends now. We hang out when COVID wasn't going on. We hung out. We drink on the weekends, or we did. But it's I love my friends. Like they are lifesavers.
exactly. And for me, it was like more neighbors too, because obviously I wasn't going to these people's houses. I can't. And
Yeah.
there's more neighbors, and we would just be outside all the time and like doing whatever, and even
Yeah.
sometimes in the cold. Hi. And yeah, so it was fun to grow up the way we did, just because you were included, you know.
Yes. It's nice.
So, how did you Jimmy start taking care of you?
When did I start? When did he start taking care of me?
Mhm.
Jimmy?
Mhm.
I don't even know. When was it? Okay, so I want to say, yeah, I guess summer 2017 really truly took care of me. We went to California. My mom was a mess. She literally walked us to the gate of the plane, right? No, she couldn't get that far. She wanted to, but yeah, she walked us to the security line. And I basically cried. No, I was kidding. But she, that was the first time he really took care of me because we were by ourselves. And then he moved in that summer, like little by little, I guess, and then took it from there. Um, but it helped my mom a lot because my mom's the only one around, and it was always a fight between me and her. Like, well, I want to shower, or like, I need to shower. I'm going out. This, that. Like, so she would have to shower me first But she showered herself. This, that, whatever. And then he finally came in and did everything. And she goes, I'm free, kind of thing. So now she's like all going everywhere she wants to go and doing these vacations. And so Jimmy was a big help in the beginning too. Even now, obviously. But yeah, it helped a lot. And just even not with me, just he helped with my family too. Like my sister, if she was out all the time, whatever, 3 o'clock in the morning, Jimmy, can you come pick me up? Or like, and well, one or two times.
Yeah.
But then helped my brother. It was just not me. He helped everyone. Yeah.
Family man. That's me.
Family man. Talk about family man.
We made a family.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, whatever. Just yeah.
You gotta see the video for sure.
I know. I saw you sent it to me. Anyway, but yeah, that's really how it started, and then that's really it. I mean, what else? Do you have anything to say? Like
About
when you took. It was just kind of a learning process when he was like showering me. I'm a girl. When you're a girl, you want to wash your hair differently. He's just like, okay, how do I do it? And I'm like, that was the most important.
I take time to
Yeah, he's like, done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you have to like scrub my scalp. And then he's like, all right, I'm done. And I'm like, no, you're not. Like a learning process. And then changing the trach as well, changing the necktie after every shower. What else? Putting the towel on the seat. I mean, on the wheelchair, getting me in and out. I don't know. What else?
Not a lot.
No.
It's like, you gotta get ready.
Well, yeah, it was the humidifier at night. He had to learn how to do that. He had to learn how to, what was it? Deal with the, like, not deal with the machine, but like kind of learn how to use it. What else? Suction, that was another thing. I didn't want to show him at first.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, listen, this is what I have to do. I know it's gross, whatever. He's like, he didn't really, like, he really didn't even have a reaction. Now he's like, as gross as this sounds, I'm like, look at this booger that I got. And he's like, wow.
I love it.
I'm fascinated by like the stuff that comes out. So, I mean, that's marriage too. It's like you talk about but yeah, I mean, it all worked out. But that's about it, really. Now it's going to be another process with the baby.
Yeah.
That we don't know what that's going to be like. I feel like we're going to get angry at each other. It's not all
In the
you.
middle of the night, it is.
No, because I'm not even going to argue with this one. I'm not going to argue on here. But yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's not so bad, but I feel like we're going to argue literally every day about it. It's just how we are. He's going to cry. I'm going to cry.
Yeah, true.
The baby's going to cry.
Yeah, because I'm first thing in the morning.
We do? You do?
No,
Okay. As we get cranky in the morning like you did.
so it's getting
Oh, yeah. But we'll see. And I'll obviously be posting like the struggles and positive and negatives. I'm excited though. I know everyone else is. It's like 8 more weeks. I know. I can't believe it either. I'm hoping it's a little bit earlier. I mean,
Yeah.
but I just can't. It's getting harder too. Like I said, it's just even putting on pants. Like I don't even want to wear pants anymore. I just want the warm weather so I could just wear dresses.
Yeah.
Anymore. So, but yeah, that's basically all.
Well, thank you very much for being on. We appreciate it.
I'm glad you had me on. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for coming and being on.
I will do this again. Let me know if you want to do it again. I definitely will. It's fun to just like talk to other people,
Hell yeah.
And then maybe I'll show you the the nursery. If it's done,
Yes, yes.
I'll show you everything.
How's it coming along?
What was that?
How's it coming along?
How's it coming along?
Oh. Nowhere yet. I mean, we have the stuff. We have like, so we're gonna do like a stick-on wallpaper and then some like little stuffed animals and this, that, whatever it is. Furniture-wise, we have nothing yet. My mom's actually, she's coming and she's actually at a store right now though, looking for furniture for the room. Cause my mom, well, obviously you don't know. My mom, she's an interior, like she loves the interior design. She's that person. So I'm basically letting her do everything. And so hopefully, I'm hoping this week, but I don't know because I had to order some more wallpaper, and it's being shipped, but it says Friday. I'm like, can it come sooner? But yeah, so once it's done, I'll send you everything, and I'll be posting it. But I'm hiding the name. We picked a name. No one's gonna know the name. When I take the picture, gonna have to like cross it out.
Yeah.
But Jimmy picked the name, he wanted it. So I was like, fine. Yeah. If I have another kid, and if it's a girl, I'm picking the girl's name. I already have the girl's name, so whatever. You can have the boy. You want him to say hi? He's saying hi. She's saying hi to you.
Hi, Rachel.
Walk by. Stick your head in.
What?
Say hi at least.
I was just outside.
Yeah, he looks disgusting.
Hi.
Someone needs to shower desperately. And I'll see you soon. And Rachel, I'll see you soon. Hopefully, when we have the baby, obviously.
Yes,
See ya.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.